Hi, I'm Liv and welcome back to the Book Nook. Hi guys, so I'm back in the Book Nook proper, as you can tell. It's a bit strange being back in the Book Nook proper, I have to say. I don't know why I'm talking like that and I don't know what my hair's doing, but we're just going to go with it today. So this is my holiday haul. Now originally it was going to be called my Porto haul, but I thought, you know what, some of the books here didn't come from Porto, so let's just go with holiday. Yeah. So let's kick things off with this bit of hair sticking out here, apparently. What is happening? Oh, it's gone all Melvin Bragg. Okay, so let's kick things off with the first book that I bought on holiday, which you would have seen from the vlog, is a book that I picked up at the airport, and that is I Am by Maggie O'Farrell. Now, I picked this one up because it's been out in hardback in the UK for a little while now, and I've been really, really tempted time and time again to get this one. And I did that thing at the airport where you go and have a little look at the bookshop, because I like me a good airport edition. As I said in my vlog, I don't know why, I just like it. So I went for it's exactly the same as the hardback, but it's just paperback. So I Am by Maggie O'Farrell. This is a memoir that I believe she originally intended to write as sort of like a letter to her daughter, but turned into this thing. And it's a tale of sort of 17 brushes with death, and sort of deals with sort of mortality and ways that she has faced death, and I've only heard good things about this one. So yeah, really excited to give this one a go soon, like actually soon, I think. Like actually soon. And the next book that I got is one that my sister actually brought over from Australia for me. Now, I had sent my sister a list of some books that I really wanted to get hold of that were only available in Australia, and I sort of said, can you try and get hold of as many of them as you can for me and bring them over to Porto? And she only had luck getting one. I don't know why. I think it's actually a lot harder to get hold of books over there, especially if, like my sister, you're not necessarily a reader and don't necessarily know where you're looking. So the one that she did manage to get hold of for me is The Museum of Modern Love by Heather Rose. Now, this is a book about a film composer who's in New York, and he's separated from his wife, and then he discovers, now I always say her name wrong, it is Marina Abramovich's The Artist is Live. No, The Artist is Present. What's happening? So he discovers The Artist is Present, and he goes along and watches that, and it is essentially him watching that and thinking about his life. So I've heard really good stuff about this one from over the other side of the world. So yes, that is the one that we had luck getting hold of. I say we, I did nothing, I just took reception of it. And while we're doing a haul, here's a little gift that I got from my sister over in Australia, because when I've been FaceTiming her, I saw that she had one and I just thought it was ridiculous and loved it, so they brought me one over. It's a rainbow emoji poo, guys! It's a rainbow emoji poo! That's weird laughter, that's what I do. I've now got a rainbow emoji poo. Life's great. So the next lot of books, the main bulk of books here, are ones that I of course picked up in Livraria Lello. So I thought I would start with Lello Bookshop. Now this is just a little, very little skinny little book that deals with the history of the bookshop. So it's just a little thing that has some photos, and why am I doing that really weirdly? And it's got this gorgeous, I don't know whether you're able to see it, can I get it in the light? Yeah, there we are. There we go. Gorgeous embossed. Is it embossed? Yeah, embossed engraving thingy of the bookshop itself. So yeah, this is just a little history of the bookshop. So this one will come in handy for my Livraria Lello video. So the next two books are books on Porto that me and my mum picked up from Livraria Lello, because we were kind of torn as to which one to get. So one is technically hers and one is technically mine, but they're kind of both ours. So the first one is Porto, My Town, by Paula Oudman, and it's a photo book. And yeah, there are some gorgeous photos in here of Porto. Been there. Been there. Been there. 8 there. 8 here. No. This page. So yeah, a gorgeous photo book, because let's face it, other people's photos are always better than your own. Then the next one we got was one that I am absolutely in love with, and that is Porto Graphics. And it is pictures of all of the one great thing about Porto that I really, really loved, and you'll have seen on my Instagram, I posted a fair few photos, is all the sort of street art and the graffiti and stuff. It's not just like inane tags and things like that. There's some real artistry going on, and all of the tiles on the buildings are just absolutely gorgeous. So this is a photography collection of tiles and street names and just gorgeous, gorgeous things, bits of architecture, as well as some of the street art. This one here, you will have seen on the vlog when I passed it on the tram. And yeah, very, very, very excited about this one. I'm just gonna flick through this one at my leisure every now and again. And then the last two books I picked up in Livraria Lello were two that I kind of knew I was going to pick up something by each of these authors. I just wasn't sure which. So the first one is Fernando Pessoa's Message. Now, I've probably just butchered that, and I just probably sound like a right twat trying to be all like, oh, look at me pronouncing things. But yeah, Fernando Pessoa. I don't know. Fernando Pessoa, Message. And this is a little collection of poetry. Now, Fernando Pessoa is, of course, a Portuguese poet and writer, and the writer of The Book of Disquiet, which is one of my all-time favourite books. And this is a little collection of his poetry, and I just love this cover. I don't know why in particular, but I love it. And then, of course, I picked up a José, is it José or José? Saramago. And I picked up a copy of Death at Intervals. Now, one thing I was really, really pleased about, in Livraria Lello, they had, obviously, a whole shelf of Saramago. And they had all the covers that are Tom Gold illustrations. Now, you guys know how much I love Tom Gold, and he illustrated a load of covers for José Saramago for his backlist, and they seem to have sort of gone out of print in the UK. They've done sort of new editions, which are gorgeous, and I do like them, but I do love me the Tom Gold editions. So I very nearly bought all of them, but I wasn't allowed to. But I bought myself Death at Intervals, which is essentially a novel about death has gone on strike, and then that causes all sorts of chaos. So yeah, that's my little holiday haul. Oh, no, wait, one more thing. I bought myself a lovely shawl. So yeah, I bought myself a nice shawl, and it's so soft, guys. Feel it, feel it, feel it. So soft. So yeah, that is my holiday haul, books and other things. I was relatively restrained, I think, knowing my standards. As I say, I wanted to buy all of the José Saramagos with the Tom Gold covers, and one day I probably will. And José Saramago seems like one of those authors that, even though I haven't read any of his writing, I just know I'm going to love, just from reading the blurbs on the books and sort of reading the first pages of a few of his to sort of get a feel for the writing. I just know I'm going to love it. So I've now got Death at Intervals, and the one that I bought and took with me and then didn't read was, did I get Blindness or did I get Seeing? I can't even remember, Captain. I don't know. So yeah, that's my little holiday haul. So a couple of things that I just want to tack on to the end of here, because I am filming this like now, today, and we're going up on the same day, whereas the other ones won't be that, so the vlog wasn't, and you know what I mean. Today is Friday the 20th. Oh my god, is it payday? It is, it's payday! Yay! Sorry. Yeah. Never mind. So it's Friday the 20th, which happens to be payday for me, but it means it's the day after the release of The Book of Dust by Philip Pullman, so I'm just putting this in here because I want to do it while it's fresh. I got my copy of The Book of Dust, and I sat and spent the day with it yesterday and read it, and it is wonderful. It really is wonderful. I actually probably will do a Philip Pullman video now, because I'd been holding off on doing one before The Book of Dust came out, because I was rereading his Dark Materials for our book group at work, and the timings were all off and everything, but I've read the last two, The Subtle Knife and The Amber Spyglass, and I haven't wrapped them up yet. They're in this rather large stack here for my wrap-up, but now I've read them, and I've read Lyra's Oxford in bed last night, and I'm going to read Once Upon a Time in the North. I think I probably will do a Pullman video where I talk more about this one and Pullman's Oxford books in his Dark Materials and Dust and all of that. If you think that's a completely naff idea and you don't care at all, do let me know. If that's something you'd like to see, then yeah. But basically, while it's fresh in my head, so I finished this last night and it's absolutely wonderful. I don't know whether it's because it's new, or because I have just recently reread his Dark Materials, but in some ways I almost enjoyed this more. There's something about it. Philip Pullman's, what he does with characters is just so fantastic. I mean, the characters in this, you don't know them for very long. Okay, it's a big book, but it's, it's a largish font, it's, when it comes down to paperback, it'll not be huge. But what he does with characters in a relatively short space of time is he really, you connect with them so hard. So I absolutely loved this. I bloody love Baby Lyra. Baby Lyra is adorable. Baby Pants. See, I call him Pants. I know people call him Pan for short, Pantaloon, but I call him Pants because I'm like, little pants. It's just cuter. So, little baby Lyra and little baby Pants. I'm here for it. And Malcolm, the main character in this, is just wonderful, and it's so fantastic to get this back into this world, but the beginnings of this world, and yeah, I will do a fuller video. What I will say is I'm slightly gutted that the second and third parts of the Book of Dust are actually going to be set 10 years after his Dark Materials. So this is set before it, and parts 2 and 3 are going to be set after his Dark Materials. And I only say that because now I've read this, I want what immediately follows. I want what immediately follows. But yeah, so I just wanted to say I have sat and I've spent the day with it, and it is wonderful. If you haven't got your copy yet, or you've got your copy and you haven't had time to read it yet, you are in for a treat. I absolutely loved it. And look at this, right? So I brought my copy home and I was waiting to sit and read it. And I took the dust jacket off, which I hadn't done yet, and look, it's covered in dust. And you've got a bit on the spine here, which is when Lord Asriel gets into Malcolm's boat, La Belle Sauvage. And it's just gorgeous. Look at that, covered in dust. So yeah, just wanted to throw that in there while it was fresh in my head that the Book of Dust is bloody wonderful, and I loved it, and it's a cuddle of a book, and it's amazing, and yeah. So let me know your thoughts on whether you want me to do any kind of Pullman video at all. I'm not like an expert on it, but yeah, I feel more enthused about Pullman's world having read this one now. So yeah, that will maybe be a video that I do at some point. So that's this video finished. The next video that will be coming will be the Livraria Lello vlog. And so what I'm going to do is I filmed so much in there. I just basically sort of had my camera here and was just walking around. And I'm going to have to try and look at the footage because I think a lot of it is just me going, wow, and the camera drifting off somewhere where I'm not paying attention because I'm just too excited. But I will cobble something together and a little bit of a chat where I will probably not read from, of course, because that would just be silly, but I will give you some history of the bookshop as well. Informative and fun. Also, it's autumn cozy reading night tonight, yay! Something that Lauren and the Books organises. I've taken part in a couple of them now, actually maybe just one because I think I missed the other. But I have got time to take part in that this evening, so I will probably be curling up with A Line Made by Walking, or I may keep going with my Pullman loving and go with Once Upon a Time in the North tonight. I'm not sure, but I shall be following all of that and doing all of whatnot on Twitter and Instagram and yada yada yada. Yeah. I feel like there was something else. Oh, yes. You will remember how much I was raving about the speech that Ali Smith gave at the Goldsmiths Prize shortlist announcement. And the speech itself is now in the new issue of New Statesman. The speech is in there, and there is a podcast. As I say, I knew they were recording it, and I didn't want to say in the last video that I had seen the recording of it, the microphone thingy recording it, because I didn't know what they were going to do with it. I was hoping it was going to be a podcast, and thus it is. So I would definitely recommend checking that out. I will link down below to the podcast, and yeah, you should go and buy a copy of New Statesman as well. So yes, that is the end of this video now. I'm going to go. I will see you in the Livraria Lello video, which is my next one. And have a good cozy reading night tonight, guys. Join in. It's fun. I've got blankets and everything, and now it's getting colder, and yay! Candles. Ooh, candles. Yes. I confused myself by getting up really early this morning on my day off, and I'm really confused by the fact that it's not even lunchtime yet, and I've done a lot, and I don't know what's happening, and I'm going to drink some more tea. Okay, bye, guys. See you in the next video. Bye, guys. Bye!